Razaban here for FightHype.com with me and with the sharpest man dressed in the room.
Thank you.
Kalle Sauerland.
I'll take that.
How are we?
I suppose Ewbank Senior's not here.
True, valid point, because he was dressed very sharply.
He always is, isn't he?
Workout.
He always is. He always got nice cars, nice suits.
How are we?
Very well, thank you. Nice to be in Manchester.
I wanna go back before the tournament started. There were some eyebrows raised when the announcement was made for this particular tournament. You know, people thought it's not going to work. There's too many belts. Trying to get organisations to let their fighters go into this tournament, injuries, etc. Are you quite proud that up until today, and fingers crossed, that everything has worked quite well?
Yeah, you know, I didn't hear it because I closed my ears on those sort of things. Those are negative thoughts. I'm a positive thinker, so I think we had a game plan. You know, there's a big team behind this, and you know, we had a game plan, and the game plan's working. You know, we're not going to crow about it though. It's boxing, it's sport. You know, there's ups and downs. So the fact that we're enjoying a nice success now, we'll face challenges, we'll face injuries, we'll face there's a tough sport, but we're prepared. That's the difference. So when I did the Super 6 a few years earlier, you know, control mechanisms were there. There was a lot of politics involved, a lot of crap involved, and you know, I don't want to fight at home, I don't want to fight here, I don't want to fight there. We learned from this though. You know, it took 4 years then to develop the concept and the answers to problems. So, you know, I'm confident on that, but I don't really listen to too many of the bullshitters and talk too much crap about being negative here and there. They should concentrate on what they're doing.
Chris Ewbank, George Groves, regarded as one of the biggest fights in recent times in British history. Two very similar characters.
I think it'll be regarded even bigger after the fight.
Even bigger?
Yeah, let's talk to the press conference after.
Two very unique characters in their own right. We've seen George previously in his press conferences, you know, with the Carl Front's press conferences and the James DeGale, how he likes to get into their opponents a little bit. Today he's facing someone who likes to do similar things, but he kind of didn't react in the same way.
George, yeah?
George.
I think there's certainly a changing of the guard there, isn't it? In terms of George's, you know, George is much calmer today. I think he also smells a little bit. He's a bit younger. He also knows what it's like to be there as the younger guy. Just go back to, there was one question at the first Froch fight, very relevant. I thought it was quite a good question, and you know, and I think you can probably see a bit of himself there. I thought it was, you know, they're both snappy, but I expected that. They're both very sharp. So, but it was in terms of young guy, the young challenger to the seasoned champ. It was a changing of the guard. I could feel that with George. I've obviously, you know, I've done a lot of fights with him, and been on the road with ups and downs. So you know, George is now the man to beat in this division. That's never been the case before, not till last June. So George is now in that role, and he's learning. You know, he's obviously the first defence against Jamie Cox, and now it's, you know, he's a seasoned champ. You get that feeling. Whereas Ewbank is now this young, hungry lion. So that's a little bit of the pre-story for Saturday, in my eyes.
On the physical side of the fight, so people say George Groves is a big super middleweight.
He's big and the one small. And
one small.
But you know what?
That has much concept into it.
Listen, Kell Brook Golovkin, you know, there was a major weight class difference. You don't feel that between the two of them. They're both tall guys. George is the much more solid guy. There's no doubt about that. But then, of course, you know, Eubank has his advantages with the speed element. George will have his advantages probably with the power element. But I'm not going to read too much into that. George has also got speed, and Eubank's also got power. So, you know, I know they were nullifying each other's things, but if you look at it actually in the last fight, it was Eubank who was the extremely powerful knockout, whereas was George more with a very fast and speedy counter to the body. So, you know, actually they both won with apparently the tools that the other one has. So,
in terms of
read into that what you will as well. Boxing is an amazing sport when it comes to build-up, because everyone's got an opinion.
In terms of numbers, pay-per-view...
There's an expression, opinions alike, I'm not going to say it, but...
Nick, go ahead, you can say it. Nothing censored on our channel.
Good.
In terms of numbers now, George Groves, Chris Ewbank, some people were saying in the past, well, have said recently that when George fought Groves, it should have been a non-pay-per-view. Build that hype up, build up the fighter itself, and then maybe bring this to maybe a bigger platform. Do you agree, or would you say?
I don't know. Yeah, listen, I mean, you know, if you look at the quality we've delivered in the last couple of fights, like Usyk, Brady, Stortigos, Gassiev, also a lot of the fights in the quarterfinals that were free to air or ITB box office free to air. If you total it up and you work out what we've asked for in pay-per-views in this tournament, you'll end up at a very low price. I'll make that argument.
We obviously next week Callum's just fighting Bremer. You've announced that the final obviously is a great final, Usyk, in the cruiserweight, Usyk versus Gassiev. Is that definitely in Saudi?
That's in Saudi, yeah.
Saudi. In terms of the final for the super middle, when will that likely take place? Towards the end of the year?
It will take place June the 2nd. June 2nd. Well, towards the end of the year. We have the draw for the next tournament, for the next season in June as well.
Oh wow! So you can't confirm.
No, I can't confirm the weights.
We'll speak off camera. I'll work that out. Kalle, thank you
very much.
For your time. There's a queue of people for you. But we'll catch up with some non-Groves Ewbank questions during the week.
Absolutely.
Kalle Sauerland for FightHype.com.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Kalle, how are you doing? Good to see you.